What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes here, back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Mafex or Medicom toys, Batman The Dark Knight Returns Armored Batman. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Starting off with that sexy packaging, it does have the window, as you guys can see. It says DC right there. We have an image of Armored Batman right there. Here it just says Batman The Dark Knight Returns, Medicom Toys, Armored, yada, yada, yada. Same thing going on at the top, all the legal stuff at the bottom. On the side right here, we do have Batman Unmasked. Says The Dark Knight Returns right there. On this side, we've got a full body image of him looking all cool and stuff with some of the same logos and stuff we have on the front. Then on the back, we do have some poses we can get the figure into, as well as the same stuff once again that's on the front. As you can see, this is number 146. I've been hearing a lot of good things about this figure, so I'm pretty excited. Now let's go ahead and dive right into it. Now, before I dive into this review, there's actually two things that I need to get out of the way. First and most important, big shout out to Nico Hodge for sending this figure my way, man. I was honestly going to pass on this, and there was just a lot of people that were posting pics, and they were making this figure look so cool. He saw me complain one time about how I skipped on it, and he told me he would send it to me to review, and if I wanted to buy it, he was going to be more than willing to let me buy it because he purchased two. And then he even sent me the new one, man. I would have been perfectly fine had you sent me the one you had already unboxed and played with, because now I got to be extra careful with this guy. I would have been much happier knowing that you had a mint in box one in your collection, but I promise you I'm going to take care of this guy with my life, and of course I will purchase it from you if anything goes wrong in this review. But big thank you, man. It's been sitting in my mailbox for days because I didn't even know that he shipped it, and that's just how nice of a guy Nico is. He didn't tell me anything. I was sitting at work today and he told me, hey, it arrived like 3 days ago, and so I came home to it. And yeah, I just had to get that out of the way. So big shout out to Nico. Go follow him if you guys are not. I'm going to leave his Instagram in the description below, and I'll post a screenshot at some point of his account. The next thing I want to say is for the people that are wondering, yes, I have a glove on because I cut my hand at work, and I know some people complain if your hands aren't pretty, so I just decided I would throw a glove on. In my opinion, it's equally distracting, but whatever. Can't save everybody, or you can't help everybody. So that being said, if the glove is distracting, then by all means, thanks for watching. Leave a like. Goodbye. Let's get into the review. Now, straight out of the packaging, man, this thing just looks beautiful. It is the epitome of Frank Miller's art, and I love it, man. It's simple and yet effective, and I don't know how that makes sense, but it makes sense because, as you can see, there's not a whole lot of shading or anything on this guy, but it looks like there's minimum amount of detail, but it's actually not. You got all the scope work and the gauntlets and things. It looks like he's wearing like airbags instead of actual armor, and it's crazy because he used this to take on Superman, and it just looks so simple. Looks like Superman could pound right through this, but Superman ended up getting the brakes beat off of him because my boy Batman is always prepared. Now, there's a whole bunch of grays, like darker grays, lighter grays, kind of like faded grays, more saturated grays mixed in with the yellows. It's hard for me to tell whether the boots and the mask are like a darker gray or more of like a dark navy blue. It's really hard to say, but I'm really loving this smirk kind of look, that or smug kind of look that they put on his face. That looks really good there, and they kind of painted the lips a little pink just to add to it. It looks really good, man. A whole lot of wrinkles and details in this guy, and then of course they always kill it with the capes from these lines. Some of them are a little bit wrinkled, but still they look really good, man. So overall, this is just like a beautiful looking figure, man. And I can't believe I passed on this. I think I just wanted to save money. I don't know what my reason for it was, but after the Pattinson movie, my Batman hype is through the roof, and so I just kind of want everything, and so I'll probably end up buying this. But anyway, let's go ahead and put him back so we can see how tall he stands, and then we'll dive into the articulation. Now, for the height of this guy, to the top of his bat ears, see, looks like he's almost about 7 inches. So he's definitely tall, which, I mean, it makes sense. He's not quite 7 inches, but he's up there. I mean, this is a big, beefy, bulky Batman wearing armor. So it definitely makes sense. I think this is going to scale very well within this line, even though I don't have any of the other figures from this line, like the villains or anything. And Superman's not out, but we'll see how he compares to some other figures later on in the review. Now, moving on to the articulation, he does look up very well. He looks down about that much, which, I mean, it makes sense. You do have this collar piece right here getting in the way, but he does get really good tilt and turn. And when he looks up, it actually looks like he's looking up. So I think with this piece right here, they actually did a great job capturing expressions and movement just with this limitation. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad that they're able to do that. Now, as far as the arms go, these shoulder pieces are weird, and I'm not sure if you can lift them up any more than that, but you can bring them forward because he does have a really effective butterfly joint. The chest is just really wide, so you're not going to be able to bring them in too much. This is about as much as you get. The rest is going to come out of the bicep swivel and the elbows, which are actually double jointed, but this guy's just so beefy and bulky, like with all this armor, you're not going to be able to bring his arms in more than that. And I think that's really good. I don't know too many figures. Actually, yes, you can. I lied to you guys. So if you want to get him strangling Superman or grabbing somebody by the collar, you can totally do that. Or if you've made him want to do the Kamehameha, I don't know why you would do it, but you can do it. So yeah, I lied to you guys. Like I said, I'm being extra careful with this figure because it's not mine, and I'm just afraid of things breaking. But yes, like I said, he does have bicep swivel. Elbows only bend about that much, and I mean, that makes sense. His hands are on the typical hinge, which are a little bit thicker than usual, so it doesn't feel like you have to worry about them breaking. They do rotate and bend in just a tad. Let's get that out of the way. As far as the diaphragm joint, he leans back about that much. Forward, not so much. You're going to get more of it out of the waist, and so that's how you're going to get that lean from him. Forwards and backwards. He does get really good tilt and turn at the midsection, so that works very well. This crotch piece is actually a floating piece as well as the belt. Now, if you want to get him in kicking poses, you use the drop-down leg method, and boom, Superman catches a boot to the face. No problem. I don't know how Batman at an old age can really just like maneuver in this the way that he does, but it is Batman we're talking about. He does the splits about that much. He does have really good thigh swivel, so great job on that. Double jointed knees that work a little bit better than the elbows, but not too much just because big bulky Batman in armor. Foot goes down about that much. Up about that much. He does get ankle rocker, and then despite having spikes on his foot, he does have a toe hinge. So articulation wise, I think they did very well. I wish they could have worked in a way to get him to lift his arm a little bit more than this to go outward, so like he could hit T poses. But I mean, with a costume like this, I'm not going to complain. This works very well. He can punch enemies in front of him, and that's the main thing that he needs. So great job, Mafex, as always. Now, when it comes to accessories for this guy, you don't get a whole lot, but I do think that you get at least the necessary amount. First off, you get this neutral head sculpt right here with a pair of fist hands. You get these two different hands, one which is grabbing, and then one where it kind of looks like he has his palm out, which that's actually exactly what it is. I'll show what these are for in just a sec. You do get a pair of reaching, grabbish, styling pose hands. You do get a pair of relaxed hands, as you guys can see. I know the gloves are making it killer, but yeah. And then you do get a pair of trigger hands as well. No guns, unfortunately, but still happy they included these. Now, for alternate head sculpts, you get a teeth gritted face, which looks really freaking good. I like this a whole lot. This is just like straight up angry in combat old Batman. And then you get another angry face, which this one is even better, man. I like this a whole lot. They've utilized this head sculpt very well, and I think like with each time they release it, they just get better and better because like the paint and sculpt work on this looks so nice. This really looks like an angry animated Bruce Wayne. I like this a lot. Even the skin tone looks good. He's got some shading in the face, some wrinkles. The eyes are painted on nicely. The brows look good. The ears, the hair, everything about the detail on this head sculpt looks really nice. And then he comes with some effect pieces. I will be honest, I don't remember what these are. Because I've seen the comic, or I've read the comic, and I've seen the movie. But there's this piece right here, which looks like gas or something. I don't remember if he used this on Superman, or if this was like his signal to call Green Arrow. I really don't remember. Someone tell me in the comments, and don't drill me, because otherwise I'm not even going to respond. But then you also get this piece, which this attaches to this hand, so it kind of looks like he's spraying it out of his palm. That's what that's for. So he kind of has a little Joker effect going on, blasting somebody in the face, Superman, of course. And then this gripping hand is actually for holding on to this, and so it fits right in the hand, snug fit, and that's how that works. So yeah, accessory wise, I definitely think he comes with a decent amount. Some guns would have been cool, but I mean, we know what's going on with DC and guns, so I'm not going to complain about it. Moving on to size comparisons, here he is standing next to two figures from the Mafex Medicom Batman Hush line. We have him standing next to Superman and Joker, which I don't think he looks too bad in scale with these guys, but it's obvious that just in terms of the art style, it's completely different, which is why I cannot wait for the Superman from this line to come out so that I can mix these guys up and make them look really good together. Next up, here he is standing next to a couple of Batman figures. We have him standing next to the Mafex or Medicom Toys New Adventures Batman, which it still bothers me how many people slept on this figure. It's such a good figure. And then we have him standing next to the S8 Figure Arts Dark Knight Bat Bale as well. And as you can see, he is significantly taller than the S8 Figure Arts Batman. Now mixing and matching a bit, here he is standing next to a Mattel DC Classic Robin. I believe this is Tim Drake. And then we have one that is completely out of scale, the DC Icons Nightwing. I think he looks good with Robin, but definitely not with that Nightwing at all. And lastly, of course, I did have to throw some Spider-Man figures in there. Here he is standing next to the Sentinel Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse Peter B. Parker, and of course a Marvel Legends Retro Armored Spider-Man, since we're showing off armored figures. And I think he looks good next to both of them. Now, being completely honest from the jump, this is a really, really, really damn good figure. And that doesn't really come as a surprise to me, because Mafex has just been going all in with these Dark Knight Returns figures. I mean, from the very first gray and black Batman we got, to the battle damage version that we got, then the 2-pack version that we got with Robin. I heard the Joker was pretty good. I didn't end up picking up that figure. I just didn't have any interest in it. It looks like it's a good figure. We got the Superman that's coming next. I don't know what it is, man. Their plastic quality seems to be perfect for releasing these figures and maximizing, if I can talk, the amount of articulation that you get, because I really don't know anyone that could do this particular line better than Mafex. Like, I can't say that SHF would be able to do it. I definitely wouldn't want to pass this on to any of the domestic companies like DC Icons, DC Essentials. We're not even going to talk about the other one. But I just don't think anyone could do these figures more justice than Mafex can. They are literally killing it with every single release. And I just can't believe I passed on this. So big shout out to Nico for sending this my way, man. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it, bro. Like I said, he will be coming back to you in 2 days. But I don't know. I think I'm going to pick this figure up. Probably not right now. But I am definitely going to be getting my hands on this guy, because I don't even know what I was thinking passing on a Batman figure. I think it was just because I was trying my hardest not to spend too much money right now, and that's what made me pass on it. But at this point, I'm definitely going to get this guy. So thank you for basically setting me up to have to go into my wallet in the future, because this is just necessary for my collection. I really, really, really like this thing. And if you like The Dark Knight Returns, this figure's mandatory. If you've got the other figures, you've got to get it. It's definitely worth the price point. Maybe a few guns could have made it a little bit better, but overall, this figure is just nice, man. So that's all I got to say about it. Go get it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this review. Sorry about the glove, but I told you guys what the situation was, so hope it wasn't too much of a bother. But if so, nothing I can do about it. Anyway, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because that always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And lastly, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye. Go get this figure.